Okay, guys, so welcome to the first episode of NFL. This is the first episode of the American football, but of the NFL, not of NCAA college football. I've done two episodes before of NCAA college football that started in August last month, and now, as I said in that time, that the NFL would begin in September. The season beginning now. It's actually just a little bit sometime because of the Labor Day weekend that happens in America. They usually want to present, the NCAA college football from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and they don't want to because it's the kickoff for the for the usually for the college football. So they want to not have any games at that time, and then have another weekend just for the NFL opening and all that. So, right, let me just discuss and give you some information on about what the NFL is and what American football of this part of the NFL is. Is the professional league, the highest professional league that is in America. Like you have in Major League Soccer, MLS, you have NHL, National Hockey League there, you have National NBA, National Basketball Association, and so forth, and then Major League Baseball, MBL. So now, a lot of players that are playing in the NCAA college football that I'm presenting and giving analysis week to week, and episode 3 is also on its way. Then, and the link on my below, you can see the link of my episode 3 and episode 2 of NCAA if anybody wants to look at that one and get on that. And of course, this is the first week of NFL that I'm doing, and I'll be doing on week to week basis on NFL also. So, is that a lot of players get drafted from NCAA college football, whether 3 years or after they complete their 4 years and they come into NFL, wants to play professionally and as a career and want to get. So let me just discuss a little bit about what the National Football League is. Anything. There are a total of 32 teams. The NFL has 32 franchise teams, and they're divided into 16 teams into a conference, two conference. One conference is called the American Football Conference, and the other one is called the National Football Conference. So you call the AFC and the NFC. And each conference is further broken into four divisions: East, North, South, and West. And each of the division will have four teams. So 4 times 4 will be 16 on AFC, and then same on the 16 on the NFC. And as you can see, that NFL has started from 1920, and what the logo was in 1920 to 1929. Then you see the logo from 1930 to 1939, and then you see the logo from 1940 to 1953, and then 1953 to 1958, and then 1959 to 1961, and then 1962 to 1983, and then 1984 to 2006, and then 2008 to present. So you can see that the logo, I would say, from 1940 hasn't really changed much. It's just the design is still much the same. The design for the NFL was different back in 1920 and the 1930s there. But this is the logo now that you're using now, and so this is the National Football League there. Now, as the NFL is kicking off, the first match is on this Thursday. It is the match on Thursday, September 5th, and is between the Ravens and the Chiefs. So Baltimore Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs. And Kansas City Chiefs are the defending champions. They won the Super Bowl the last 2 years. So this would be the kickoff, and this is the kickoff of the first game that is going to be presented on September 5th at 8 p.m. So this is the opening of NFL, and hope that a lot of people are going to be watching this, and we're grateful that NFL is back and the season is back, and so forth. Now, as you see, AFC conference, you have AFC East, AFC West, AFC South, and AFC North. For the East, you have Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, New York Jets. And then you have AFC West. You have the Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs, the Raiders, and Los Angeles Chargers. And then for AFC South, you have Houston, Texas, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. And then AFC North, you have the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. In the NFC conference, for the NFC East, NFC West, NFC South, NFC North, for the East, you have the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Commodores. They were used to be called Washington Redskins, but then they changed the name and they changed it to Washington Commodores. Then on the NFC West, you have the Arizona Cardinals, you know, Los Angeles Rams, San Francisco 49ers, and Seattle Seahawks. Then on the NFC South, you have the Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, my friend, and New Orleans Saints and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then for NFC North, you have the Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the first, as you see, the first week, you have games on a Thursday. That'll be Ravens and the Chiefs. Then on a Friday, for the first time, they're doing this thing on a Friday. They never really used to have a game on a Friday, and this is playing in Brazil, not in the United States, with the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And then on Sunday, because usually the NFL is on Thursday, Sunday, and Monday Night Football they have. They don't have any games on a Saturday. And this only in the playoffs they do, and when they go to the playoffs, then you have some games that we want to play it on a Saturday, and some game we played on Sunday, but there won't be no games played it on Thursday or on Monday. And for this Friday, this first game here, I don't know if in the later on during the season if they will have a Friday match, or this is just the first Friday match. They have not made any announcement yet. So for the Sunday matches, you have Pittsburgh Steelers and Atlanta Falcons, and then you have Arizona Cardinals with the Buffalo Bills, Tennessee Titans and Chicago Bears, New England Patriots, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Then on Sunday, you also have Texans, Houston Texans, India Colts, and then Jaguars versus Dolphins, and then you have the Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints, and then you have Vikings versus Giants. And then you have the Raiders versus Chargers, and then Broncos versus Seahawks, and then the Dallas Cowboys and Cleveland Browns. Then you also have Washington Commodores versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you have the Rams versus Lions. And then on the Monday night game, the first Monday night game opener will be for the New York Jets at San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, sorry about that. Some little technical issue here. Now we're back again for the show that for last. As I said, the last for the first opener for Monday, it will be the Jets and the 49ers, and this will be kicking off on this Monday here. So now for this tournament, as this match is the beginning and NFL is here, we'll have to see, how this the Kansas City Chiefs, regain their thing. You have to. I will next week on my next episode. I will after seeing this one, I will give my prediction and my analysis of who I think on the top 10 for the AFC and for the top 10 of the NFC, and that will leave to almost because that's 20. The remaining 16 teams, I think that will not make that much of a an impact where they will go into the postseason or be a threat to anyone and going to the playoffs. But I think in the top 10 for the AFC and for the NFC, both these 20 teams will be to watch that who will get the number one seed, who will get the second seed, and what their position is, how the offense is playing, how the defense is playing, and things like that. So a lot of changes have happened, into the teams, and so this is a new season for the NFL, and so it's kicking off on this Thursday. So I, I hope that you can like my YouTube channel and subscribe, and leave some comments. I would like to read what on anyone's thoughts is about this season. Who they think that would be a threat. Going down the road, and who is the favorite this year. You might think might do you think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to go for a third, which has never happened before? But Buffalo Bills has gone to the Super Bowl 4 times, but they haven't won it. So that's the only team I can say that that has that is the only team that I can say that has made it to the Super Bowl four in a row, but not win it. If they had won it four in a row, then they would be the open era team that has won. But teams have gone back to back, and then didn't go, especially with the New England Patriots who went back to back. Then they didn't go for one season, then they came back and did the back to back like that. So, but to do it consistently, only Buffalo Bills has made it, but they lost. And but that was a big on the Mark Levy coaching, and when you had you know the Buffalo team with Thurman Thomas as running back, and Jim Kelly as a quarterback. That team of Buffalo Bill was very different. They had a good offense and good defense, but it just that they couldn't, finish it in the end. Other teams like, New York Giants had beat them with a field goal, then the Dallas Cowboys, and then you had, and so forth. So it was a pretty, not a good, for the fans, the Buffalo Bills fans, that didn't have a chance, to win the Super Bowl in the era with Mark Levy as a coach. So having said that, so like I said, leave your comments down below and I'll be reading it and looking forward to reading it. What do you think about this NFL season this year? And, I think that it's going to be very dramatic right from the start, as every season is. As, I've been watching, and be giving analysis of NCAA, it's been a very dramatic season, beginning with the Florida State, who was ranked number 10, have not, really done it. They're 0-2 right now. They lost the games of them. So it's, they lost to Georgia Tech and they lost to Boston College. So, it's been very, very dramatic on the college side. So, of course, in the NFL, it might be the same way that you might have a good team that you might feel that should be, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0 start. I may end up starting at 0-2 and then maybe 0-3, 0-4 and then maybe win the next 10 matches in a row and then still end up getting into the wild card. That will be discussed in the later episodes about what the playoff situation is in NFL and how the playoff situation is going to look and all that. So the episodes will come, week to week. And but this is my first, episode right here of the NFL, and so it's not a lot of teams compared to NCAA college football. It's only about 32 teams here, and so comparative to only about 16 matches to discuss and give analysis there on the on the offense, defense, and how even sometimes special teams, play a big part in certain games. If you were able to stop the field goal, if you were able to stop a kickoff return, punt return for a touchdown, or a good field position for another team to go up and have a chance to if it's a 20-20 tie, if you have good field position, then all you need is a field goal to go win the game. That extra 3 points. So I just want to say that this year it will be a good a season and a good this, and I'm looking forward to it, and I think a lot of surprises may happen, and I think that teams like Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, Dallas Cowboys, um, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But of course, Tom Brady not playing for Tampa Buccaneers anymore. He's retired, and he'll be broadcasting, on Fox, and uh, that'd be his new job now. But then, of course, how Los Angeles Rams also going to do because now they have a good offensive there, and then the Chargers. You have Jim Harbaugh coming back, coming to coach in the NFL from Michigan Wolverines. How he would coach that team. He's what the team became. Then of course Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. How the Steelers are going to do, how the Indianapolis Colts are going to do, Denver Broncos. Chicago Bears. And so forth. A lot of teams, but I'll give my analysis on the following episodes coming up in there. But so far for this episode, just want to say that this is the first week of the NFL, and this is my first thing, and I'm hoping that there'll be some very good matches, and not necessarily looking for some upsets, but whoever the team is good should win, and so please subscribe to the channel and to like the button in the below, and leave any comments, anything. Okay, thank you, and check next week. I will probably give an episode every Tuesday. I would think every Tuesday. So every Tuesday or Wednesday, hopefully, if I'm not stuck up in any work or anything like that. This is just a little part time I'm doing here. But if there's no delay on my part, and I'll try my best to give it on Tuesday, so that you get the update for the Thursday matches, for the Sunday matches, and then of course the Monday night that happened, and then give you the episode analysis of what I thought happened, and then of course for the following week, as I'm doing for the NCAA college football, as you can see, I'm giving analysis of the games that have been played already that we discussed, and then for the following week, I give that one. So look in the describe in the description below. You'll see the links for the episodes 3 and 2. If anyone missed it for the NCAA, and of course I will leave links for all my episodes of NFL also in each of my videos that will come, and for my shows. And thank you for watching, and hope to have a good season for the NFL and everything like that. Over and thank you.